Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, let us discuss this question that I have I got from one of my viewers, right? If how or what if you decided to settle down here in Pakistan or to live for good here in Pakistan? So before I answer that, I have to ask you this question. Are you ready for this kind or for this? Alright? If you are ready for this, then you are good to live for good here in Pakistan. Actually, Pakistan, same as the other countries, they have diversified culture. So it means they have a different kind of culture. Okay? Some are influenced by Western lifestyle. Some are from the lifestyle of Far East Asian countries, and some are still having traditional culture. Some are very conservative, some are moderate conservative, some are very modern, and some are advanced when it comes to modernization. I believe that every one of us, even whatever nationality or whichever country we belong to, we have always culture that we are practicing in general. Even though we are living in the same country. Of course, we have to consider which part of the country we are living in. But as I said, we have that culture that we are particularly having or practicing as a whole. And these are the questions that I want you to ask to yourself before you decided to come and live for good here in Pakistan or before marrying a Pakistani. You have to ask yourself this: am I ready to live here in Pakistan with these possible changes that might happen? Number one, are you financially stable, or your husband is financially stable no matter what happened once you live here or live for good here in Pakistan? Number two, are you ready to give up your religion and embrace Islam? Although there are so many kind of religion here in Pakistan, but majority of them are Muslims. There are Christians, Hindus, and other kind of religion. But since majority are Muslims, there is a big possibility that you will be marrying a Muslim man. Number three, are you ready to embrace their culture that is hugely influenced by their religion, which is Islam? This culture influences their religion, lifestyle, food, language, social status, education, and multiple marriages. You have to keep in mind that Pakistan is an Islamic country. Their lifestyle is mostly affected by this religion. Their food is too much or so much difference from other Asian or Far East Asian countries or Western food. But if you are living in the Middle East or neighboring countries, then there is no much problem when it comes to food. When it comes to social status, you must know in which social status your husband or the family of your husband belongs to. Remember this, the kind of life that you will have here in Pakistan will depend on what kind of social status or which social status your husband belongs to. So whatever it is, you have to be ready. Education. Compared to us in the Philippines has a higher literacy compared to Pakistan or in the other neighboring countries. Multiple marriages. Pakistan is a Muslim country, so there is a possibility that your husband might be getting married again or will have another wife aside from you. Since in Islam, marrying or polygamy or multiple marriages are allowed. You have to ask this thing to yourself as well if you are willing to accept. But if you become a Muslim or you are already a Muslim, then it will be easier for you to accept than those who are non-Muslims. Number four, career. You have to ask yourself if you are ready to give up your career, especially if you are a career-oriented woman. Because once you are already here in Pakistan, there is a possibility that you might not be working at all. Many men or husbands are not allowing their wives to work, but that doesn't mean that you have no chance to work at all. For some men, they are allowing their wife to work. There are some works that you can go based on your profession, ability, and skills. However, there is a limited chance for the woman, especially for foreigners, to work for the specific profession that you have. Not because of discrimination, it is because the availability of the job or work here in Pakistan for women. You must not forget the place where you are living. More remote place, the more less chance for you to have that job. If you are in the city, then it will be more easier to get the job. But as I said, job for women here in Pakistan is limited. Unless you will work for those domestic jobs. Take note, those domestic jobs are earning more than those professional jobs. Number 5. Are you ready to stay at home 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 30 days in a week, or 365 days in a year? Since here in Pakistan, most of the women are not going out alone. But this is the thing. Since Pakistan has a diversified culture, same as the other countries, of course, every family has its own culture, has its own lifestyle. But it is very common that the women are always at home 24 hours or most of the time. Especially if you are a foreigner like us Filipinos or whatever nationality that you have to consider also the attitude of your husband. If he is conservative, he is modern or open-minded. Because most of the husband, they are not allowing their wife to go out, especially if you are a foreigner, of course. Not only because it's the culture of Pakistan, but of course because you are foreigner, you don't know anything here, especially the language and the way or their lifestyle and what's really happening outside. If that happened, that he will be allowing you to go out, it takes time. You have to adjust a lot, so you have to be ready to stay at home while you are still adjusting to your new life. Also need to consider the place where you are living, the kind of lifestyle or culture of your husband's family. If they are conservative, then you will face a lot of challenges. If they are modern or open-minded, then there is less stress and challenges. Number 7, financial management at home. Here in Pakistan, it is very common that women are not working, and man is the one who is providing the needs of the family. As I said, some of the families also, or some of women here are working, okay? They are also helping their husbands to earn for their family. But we cannot avoid the fact higher percentage of the women are not working. So when it comes to financial matter or the budget and expenses at home, it's not managed by their wife. Most of the time, wives doesn't know how much exactly their husbands are earning. How much is the earning of their husband? In short, they are not giving or entrusting their money or their earnings to their wife. They will provide the needs of the house, the family, and most of them are giving allowance to their wife, and some, the sad thing is, they don't even give the allowance as well. Allowance means something that she can use for herself only. In some cases, like for example, your husband is in abroad. Of course, he will, or most of them are entrusting the earnings or the budget, financial management to their wife here in Pakistan. Sad thing is, there are also so many husbands who are in abroad that they are not entrusting the money to their wife, but instead they are entrusting it to their mother-in-law, sister-in-law, or other-in-laws they can trust. Number 8, having no money of your own. Since most of the women here or most of the wives are not working, they are not, of course, having their own money. Just depend on whatever the husband earns or whatever the husband will give to them. But of course, if you are working, if you are having your own business or earning by your own, of course, that is another story. Number 9. segregation between men and women. Since Pakistan is a Muslim country, it is understood that most of the time men and women should keep in their mind that there will be a segregation between men and women, especially when you are in group or in public gatherings or even with your relatives. But as I always said, it still depends on what kind of family or which group of Muslims your family is belong to. Again, you have to consider the family culture and lifestyle. Keep in mind, especially here in Pakistan, if you are talking with a stranger, you must consider your family's culture, because some of the family, as I said, are very conservative. Some are moderate and some are so advanced in modernization. So I just learned that here in Pakistan, you must not talk with any man sweetly except to your husband. You must not be close to any man in the house except to your husband. Again, it depends on the lifestyle and culture of the family, but that is the basic that you have to keep in mind so that you will not be misunderstood. If you are in public, like for example, you are going to use public buses, train, or whatever public transportation that you are going to use, you must know which place the woman should be. But if the family of your husband is educated and open-minded, then there will be no much problem. But still, as I said, it's the basic. So you have to be very careful and keep it to your mind. Number 10, maintenance and services. I think this is one thing that very important for you to know, since it will be a big part of your daily life. In this case, you have to be ready, or you have to make yourself ready to face these challenges. When it comes to electricity, internet connections or Wi-Fi or data whatsoever, water and gas. These are the four things. It is surely important for us in our daily living. I considered it to be important for you to be ready as well, because these things are really happening here in Pakistan, wherever place you are going to live. But of course, it depends on what kind of social status and lifestyle your family, the family of your husband or your husband has here in Pakistan. Electricity and Wi-Fi. These two are always connected. So if there is no electricity, there is no Wi-Fi. We are actually having this issue of always having brownout or blackout. So it depends on the place, but most of the areas in Pakistan are experiencing these things. There is always brownout. However, there are available options for you to have electricity without the literal electricity that is provided by electric company. Like for example, the solar panels and generators. But again, as I said, it depends on which place you are living. Third is the water. If you will live in Karachi City, there are two kinds of water provided by the water company: sweet and salty water. There are areas in Karachi that the water is sweet. It is not literally sweet, since this water is safe to use for taking a bath, cooking, washing clothes or washing the dishes, or drinking as well. But it's better not to drink direct to the faucet if you are not used to it. Salty water. There are some areas here in Karachi that their water is salty. It means it is not safe for drinking, for washing our clothes, for washing our dishes, and for taking a bath. Anyways, there are drinking water that is available to buy. And again, as I said, it depends on which place you are going to live. If you live in a remote area, of course, these things will not be a problem for you. They have their own natural water supplies. As if you are in the place where the gas is being supplied, directly supplied through the lines, and monthly you are just going to pay it by meters, or I don't know how exactly, but yeah, it is provided by the gas company, but you can just use it directly to the lines, and you will just need to pay monthly. We're having issue in this matter as well. Since last year, they actually give us exact timings when the gas will be off or when the gas will be on. The timings will be depending on which place you are, again, living. And the sad thing, there is always something that you will not like, actually. when it comes to this matter. There are some areas that are really having a lot of issue about the supply of the gas. These are the things that you have to be ready, or you have to ready yourself if you have decided to live here for good in Pakistan, or to marry a Pakistani and live with him here in Pakistan. For I forgot one thing that I forgot to discuss, which is very important as well, is the family or the joint family system. Here in Pakistan, it is very common family settings. Even they are very rich, well-to-do, poor, or very poor. This kind of family settings is commonly practiced still. So you have to ready yourself as well to the possibility that you will be living in a joint family. Now that you know, it's better to discuss this matter in advance with your husband or your husband-to-be. Avoid conflict with his family. One thing that you have to keep in mind, as long as you are in a good man, in the right man, a good person, and a human, alright? Not only a man, but a human, you will be safe. So you have to choose wisely. Yan lamang. That's all for today, and thank you so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you on my next video.